Alright. How you guys doing? I'm just putzing around. I figured I'd pop in, say hello, see how y'all are. Remind you that Friday's coming. We'll make some little pigs for court kids on Friday. We'll go down there to Santa Ana and we're going to do a fundraiser with those kids. So on Friday, if you're around, I think I talked to them at like 9:30 in the morning, like the whole school, and then I'm going to take their leadership kids and we're going to do a fundraiser for Mercy House Santa Ana. And so that Mercy House deal will, I'm going to have the kids anodize the pigs. I'm going to sell them to you right away. So if you're in on that Friday morning, you're around and you want a pig, and you're one of the guys that gets in, I'm going to need you to pay right away. So what's up, Brandon Brown? There's Alice. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 gonna play? Someone will make some kids some little cutlets with the logos on and give them to as a gift. So when we get done and they get done working, we're going to cut a check to the people at Mercy House right away, and then we'll get the kids back to class. We'll drop the boxes off the mail at the post office while we're there. The people from Mercy House will actually be there, so we'll give them the check right away. So, yeah. I'm just here being me. How you guys doing today? There's Brandon Hong. Brandon said he's going to the doctor or something. We'll find out more about that later. He didn't know they can't make you any more beautiful, Brandon. You're a pretty fella. All right, so lost the feed. I'm still here. Gossip. The squirrels slow down on you. There's Simon. All right, there we go. So, oh man, that's not going to work. All right. So there's Eric Allen. How you doing, Eric? So I'm just putzing around here, trying to get a couple things done before I go. David Jesse, you better be careful cutting out of work early. Chris Evans, my 16th wedding anniversary is Friday. Congratulations, Chris. That's good, man. 16 years, man. You're probably starting to figure out how to duck by now. Is that a spear gun in the rafters? Maybe? No. All right. Teddy. She survived the outpatient. That's a good sign. Waking up's always good. All right, so give me a second here. I'm looking for a file. Hold on. My brain will come back in just a second. Yeah, hate flow, hit squared. Point motherfucker. Get a laser, they said. It'll be fun, they said. What a pain in the butt. Come on now. Lawrence, I think it's that Lawrence Sexton. It's not Public Enemy, but it's the right voice. That's Chuck D. It's that I think it's that deal that they did with where Chuck and Be Real from Cypress Hill did Prophets of Rage. There you go. Yeah. Where they fronted Rage Against the Machine. So, man, I cannot get the file to work that I want. All right. Open, squirt, one time. All right, hold on. There's Jesse James, Geo, because you don't have sharks. All right. Whoa, hey, there goes the phone. All right, there we go. Thumbs up thing is going up Rob's nose. Let's see. All right, stop. All right. All right, what's going on? Hold on here. I lost something or other. There's William. Geo earthquake. Yeah, there we go. All right, hold on. Laser's on. What's going on here? Oh, there it goes. Boy, I thought I broke something. Making lots of little sparks. So we'll do a couple of those for the kids on Friday. All right. Little system of the down on the radio. Yeah, Jesse, I'm engraving with the laser. Exactly. Oh, man. There's Sarah. How you doing, Trevor? Man, this thing's running slow today. All right, there we go. Lawrence likes the system. Yeah, that's actually my buddy's brother's band, man. I'm friends with one of the Tankian brothers. They're all good guys, man. We took my nephew Christopher, who's on this page. That was his second concert, and he got to meet Serge and stuff, and it was really, really nice, super gracious, and those are good guys, man. Those are good guys. There's Lucas Cali. Lucas is popping in, saying hello. So, like I said, I'm just making some thank you gifts for the kids on Friday. Man, this thing is running crazy slow. What is going on here? All right. So, yeah, Heather met him at Ozfest. Yeah, I met them a long time ago. Yeah, they were, Sevog and Serge both are just down to earth. They're nice guys. They look out for people. They look out for people in their culture. So Lucas, man, you really want to see me? You want to see me put my hand under the laser? Everybody thinks they're a tough guy until they try to put their hand under the laser. All right, let me see here. Hold on, Lucas. I'll do it for you here in just a second. There's Sammy Atkins. How you doing, Sam? Sam, you still out in the cuts right now? No CBJ shirt. They don't make one that big. Scott is slacking. Scott needs to make me a big boy shirt. All right. There's Lester Brasher. Lester was a student of mine a long time ago. Sam still. All right, Lucas Cali, you watching this? Right, here you go. Right, starting to go. Ah! Psych. Doesn't hurt. You just got to be real tough. Yeah, Teddy knows about the big boy shirts. David, Jesse, they made one for you, David? They like you. Nobody likes me, man. I want something cool. I got to make it myself. Big. There's Lester. Lester, where you at? You driving a truck? Lester started driving a truck with his old man. Driving all over the place. Lucas, I'll be your hero because I reached into a laser while I was running. It don't take much, son. All right, so we're making some little cutlets for the kids on Friday. I always forget where the little stupid camera is. There it is. So I'll make it a little bigger. I mean, the kids won't know what the logo is anyway. So, all right. So again, when we're not auctioning, they're just going to be like 110, 111 bucks ship. That'll pay for insured, $100 insured, Prio shipping. So we'll have the kids anodize them on Friday, like I said. I don't know if I'll be able to do a live feed or not. We'll have to see if the school has media releases. Hey, look at that dent. See that dent right there? That dent? You only got a dent like that? That's what happens when your parents try to shake you to death. Get a big old dent in your deal. I'm gonna shut off this phone, somebody's calling. Alright, so I got a dent, I got a hole. There's a hole right there, and a hole right there. Big gnarly scar goes wah. Baseball scars go. They're good for you, man. Sarah Brown, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know what I do. Let's do a bunch of little tasks, and it all seems to kind of sort of work out. All right. All right, there we go. It looks bigger, looks better, bigger. Yeah. I'll make it even bigger though. All right, Steve Gossick. Lawrence, I missed that brick. What? Hold on, let me see here. For sure, Mr. Draw. Let's do. I don't know. I don't know what that is. All right. And then if you're in SoCal on Saturday, we'll be in Fullerton at a brewery, because God knows I like breweries. And we're going to be with the craft brew guys on Saturday. I did a couple pigs for them, and two really nice Vinho helped out with a nice custom. The Lawrence, the dent in my head. I'll explain that in just a second. So Saturday we're going to be with the craft brew guys. We're going to I sold some pigs for them, and I logoed them out. You guys have seen some of them, those CBJ pigs. And then Vin did some magic on on two brass ones for me, and we're going to auction those off. And so that money will go to the Harmony Project, which is in SoCal. They get musical instruments for kids. So petting tanks. So we'll see how that goes. So Scott Leedy, are you gonna come down for you coming down for CBJ? Right on, buddy. Make a piggy with the truck on it. So Gio asked about the nurse pigs. So I'll get back from LA this weekend. I need to focus on the end of school and kind of getting, end of the year stuff done. And then sometime in June, I'll probably spend a day. I'm probably going to do like 60 for the little nurse cutlets. And then we'll figure out something. We'll do like, we'll find like a children's pediatric thing or something like that. And so we'll do that, man. So out those will go, and yeah. So this thing's marking. So this is life we got. Scott Leedy, you better buy me a beer. I'll make an extra pig. I'll palm it to you. Sammy, it was good seeing you. So June will be pretty low-key. Andrew and I have to go to New York for a wedding. And then what'll happen is Bigger, bigger. Those of you that are kind of newer, sometime in July, I go crazy. Bradley Fontaine, what's Crazy Autos? I don't know what that is. July, I'll auction off a bunch of customs. I'll auction off like 60 customs, 50, whatever I end up with. And that's a week-long barrage, and then I'll disappear for a while. But July gets expensive, man. It's a hard deal, man. So it's a lot of stress on me because it's a lot of material flying around. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of insurance. It's it's like 10 pieces. It's like 6 to 10 pieces a day. So it gets crazy, man. And we do it on we usually do it on the Usual Suspects, the Usual Suspect Network. We do it on their forum. Breakfast with chili cheese dog omelets. I'm gonna check that out, Bradley. That sounds good, man. I remember you sending me the note. I'm knocking things down. I'm losing my mind. All right, so there's Austin. Let me see here. Don't think so either. Chad, save up for your birthday, buddy. Buy yourself a crazy present. The guys usually, I've got a bunch of guys with material right now that hopefully once they get it done, I start bringing them back, and then Lucas Cali called me a cracker. That ain't nice. All right. So, anyways, Austin, when am I coming back to Blade? So the problem with Blade is that Blade generally tends to run my last week of school, and it's just a bad time for me to go. I went last time I went to Blade. I left school. I drove to San Francisco. We got some dinner. Flew all night. Hit the airport in the morning. I couldn't check into a hotel on Friday. I had actually taken a pretty nasty fall and was pretty banged up when I got there. I skipped out on my kids the last day of school, so I don't know, man. Hopefully someday it looks like, and then I just saw my school calendar for next year. It doesn't look like it's any better. Here comes a train. It's going to get real loud. Now I think my answer is, when are you guys coming to Vegas? Because Vegas it's a better show. It just is. It's more kind of easier to visit with people. It's easier to kind of get around. It's Lord knows it's easier on me, but Heather wants to walk up to me cussing. I'll tell you guys a funny story. People that don't know me, that just know me from this page, are all very, very super, super kind to me. And what's funny is that they treat me really nice. And so Heather, Kenny and I were talking one day, and she let out a curse word, and I started laughing because she started apologizing right away. And I was like, kiddo, you curse around me. My mama taught me real young how to curse. So, just language. It's okay. I get over it. Yeah, Lauren Sexton, suckers, right? I'm still a jerk at heart, man. I just do this thing because it keeps me. I used to tell people come up to me and they'd be like, "Oh man, that's so cool, that thing you're doing. I dig it, man. That's so cool. You must be so proud." And I just look at them and go, "Dude, I just do it so my parole officer doesn't send me back to jail. Keeps me out of trouble." And they look at you all crazy, like you're lying. So, later, kids. Steve Gossick, you have fun? It's nice talking to you. Nice seeing you. See you in Vegas. Who's this? We'll see you Saturday first. Mason Bump is coming to buy me a beer Saturday. You gonna pick up his CBJ opener? Awesome, yeah, buddy. I appreciate that. Worst business plan ever. So I'll tell you guys a little story real quick. I wish I could. God, I can't bring up the screen while I'm running the laser, but so almost from the start, I turned this thing into a business because I wanted it separate from me. I wanted the account separate from me. And so last year, I applied for it to be a nonprofit because the year prior, I paid 15 grand out of my own pocket taxes on money I gave away. And it pissed me off a lot. So I applied for nonprofit. So the nonprofit's not I still have to pay state taxes, right? So Coors Light only. Mason, you bring me another Coors Light, I'm gonna put a foot in your butt, son. So there we go. Now we're doing it. That's the size. That's the size. Getting big. So I turned it into a nonprofit. I'm giving it away anyway, so it really kind of didn't make sense. But you see these things about nonprofits and how they're rated, and you'll see a term talking about a 990 tax form and what it looks like. And so I had a person on the page offer to do our taxes, and so thank you, Thomas. And so we had somebody just did our taxes. Nonprofit taxes aren't due till the 15th, so we'll e-file on the 15th. And so it was one of those things where, my wife works in a bank, and we had an accountant doing them, and who's on our page, and she got him, and she sent him back, and I didn't really kind of know what to look for, or, you see the money going in, you see the money going out and stuff. But I know she does taxes for a bunch of nonprofits, so I just asked her point blank. I'm like, hey, how do I look compared to other nonprofits? Like, how am I doing? Am I doing all right and stuff? And so her response was, you're doing amazing. It sounded pretty good, but I really didn't know kind of what that meant. And so she kind of, she told me kind of the basic numbers, and then explained the stuff. And so really 85% of what I brought in last year went back out. But there's there's things like, if I sell something for $100, I ship it to you, and I ship it to you for insured with tracking. That's $10. That's 10%. That's a 10% operating cost just to ship, which is kind of crazy. That said, that was so there's I bought material last year. Most people that are in my they're doing something like me, they're not making a product, and so I make a product, I sell it. So, metal costs, and the laser costs, and, this thing on the other side of me cost, and the tumblers cost. And so last year, I had to buy stuff to kind of keep this thing alive. And yeah, Robbie, people don't realize it. And so, and I still had kind of money in the bank because I wasn't sure what was going to happen, whether the nonprofit thing was going to happen or not, and what was going to happen with state taxes. So I left I left some money in the bank. I left 10 grand in the bank. And so to have her come back and say, that it was excellent, and that what we were doing was fantastic. I'll put up a picture on the forum. You guys will dig it, right? And when you see, it's nutty. When you see that 0 next to my name for what I took and what happened with me, That's pretty satisfying. And then, and then we took part of that money that we put away in the bank, and I wrote a check for $25 grand to freaking Make-A-Wish last weekend. And I wrote a check for what do? We did I did, I think, $13.5 to Ronald McDonald House in April as well. Once I kind of knew what was going on, so that money already disappeared. So it was just really kind of satisfying to have somebody else, kind of a neutral third party, say, hey, you're doing fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing. It's incredible. That was pretty reassuring, man. Yeah, Nurse Pigs and Nurse Prig. Yeah, Nurse Prigs are coming in June, so don't stop what I'm doing. So realistically, I'll probably, I don't know. I always say I'm going to stop, and then I keep going, but it's a lot of energy, man. So it's a lot of tending and right on, Scotty. I'll see you Saturday, man. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for saying hello. The accountant put down that this thing takes me 10 hours a week. And I started laughing, man, and I'm like, 10 hours? I don't think so. So I probably just kind of, tending the form. There's probably an hour a day. I probably get an hour and a half, 2 hours every day of just doing stuff, I spent Monday and Tuesday, and, I was in here 2 hours each night doing favors for people, I sent out a dozen pigs for free, and so, yeah, I had them work 10 hours a day, man. So, I don't know, man. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of energy, and I don't know how long I can go. And then I got people like Jeremy Kenyon who lets, TSA steal my material from them. And then I got to come in here and figure out a creative way to replace his nonsense. So, yeah. Anyway, so it was good. It was good to see the tax thing and to hire an Asian shop monkey during the summer. Daniel Lim, you come hang with me all summer long, baby. All summer. I love me some Daniel Lim. Daniel Lim been with me since the get-go. Right after... from my Kate Dust 2 forward. TSA's building a super weapon. Nice, man. Lester, what state are you in? Where are you at right now? So there are things that, it's weird, we were talking, all this thing's marking away. We were talking to somebody the other day, and he was talking about how satisfying it must be to, kind of help out on these things. And a lot of you have heard this, about Arizona, right? I don't get a lot of satisfaction out of the money half of it. I get real focused on tasks, and I get real stressed out over tasks, and so and I don't have a real super deep connection with any of the organizations. I mean, other than Make-A-Wish, and the only like connection that I have is that I visit them once or twice a year, and I try to help them out with situations. But I'm focused on tasks. Like I don't know. So it's always very. I'm always very appreciative when somebody tells me that they were inspired, that they liked what was they liked what they see, or that they shared it with their kid, or that they felt compelled to do something. And so those are the things that kind of keep me coming back. I have I don't really have any family. Andrea is my family. Like about a year ago, there's Gossip. Gossip came back. You can't quit me, Gossip. So about a year ago, Andrea and I were over in Bishop, and we were at a dinner with my mom, and Andrea mentioned kind of this thing, of what I've been doing to my mom. And so, the immediate responses were not favorable. And so, pardon me. I'm on a phone call, my friend. Can I help you?
I just looked at Make 20 is there tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'll be there. I'll see you there. Thank you, my friend. So, when we brought it up to my mom, her response was, "Are you taking the money?" And I thought that was an interesting response for something that I created to give away money. And then I said no, and I tried to explain it to her, and I said, "You seem kind of unfazed." And my mom's response was, "What do you want me to do? Stand on my head?" So when I say that, when you guys say something nice about it and stuff, and I like it, or that it keeps me hanging in there, I'm not joking, man. People are. I don't think people get the sacrifice part of it, man. So, yeah, I probably got another year left in me, and I'll figure it out then. So, anyways, like I said, Friday morning we'll do the Mercy Pigs. Oh, it's okay, Ted. I wrapped my head around my mom a long time ago. That's the reason why I never told her for like 3 years in. I never told my mom. So, yeah, So I got her response. I get it. People don't have to be impressed by it, But you would think that like your own parents would be like, "Hey, that's pretty cool," but not good old mom. So it's kind of nutty, man. The only reason why I've been thinking about that is I've been thinking about thank you, Alex. I got to talk to this group of kids on Friday that are in, some are in some pretty hard situations, and you just don't. I don't think people are pretty insular. They look at their own. Thank you, Sarah. You get wrapped up in your own thing, and you don't, especially like youth, you don't realize other stuff that other people are going through, or maybe how common those kinds of things are. And so it's funny, it's everybody's got their own thing, man. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to explain to these kids about closing doors. Do not close opportunities. Do not get freaked out by criticism. Don't assume that the guy standing in front of you has got it better than you. So, everybody goes through their own thing. Everybody got their own battle. I'm just some a-hole on the internet. This is godliness and God is empty. And I haven't heard this song in a long time. Heather, you've made an amazing impact. Be proud. It's nutty the things I'm proud about. I met with a company a couple years ago. It's funny when she said, Will Crutcher been there since 8-1, man. So Will Crutcher saw me in the aisles stiff arming people to get them to buy something they had never seen or never heard of. So yeah, when me read through other people's stories. Yeah, it's hard, sir. I get it, man. It's nutty. All right, so there's my buddy Chris Peterson. What up, Chris? I need to send Chris some pigs or something, man. Make him go all Lucky 13 on him, man. Chris a good guy, man. Chris a knife maker. He pops in a blade. Threw a little support my way, a lot of support my way, and him and his brother are good folks, man. So I dig it. So Sarah said, how can I handle when I see other people's stories and stuff, and it's like nutty. I can't. I donated dinners to Make-A-Wish. Wu-Tang Wednesday, baby. Uh-oh. Phone's at 5%, so it's probably going to crap out here in a minute. I'll just run until it dies. They're Bitcoining. So I would donate these dinners to Make-A-Wish, and then I wouldn't go to the auction. They would give me tickets and stuff, and I wouldn't go because you hear what those parents go through. It's absolutely crazy, man. And it's emotional. It's emotional as all get out, man. I was like, I would look at my wife and I'd be like, I ain't going to that. I can't handle hearing all that. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to, that's going to go grab a power cord, but you guys are probably about done with my nonsense. So, Friday, if you're around, Mercy Pigs will be anodized by my little core kids. I'm going to go kind of tell them what's up. I'm going to tell them the parable of the bird. You don't know the parable of the bird, man. It's a life lesson you should have learned when you were 15. Heading home. All right, Teddy. Good seeing you. Hi, Alicia. There we go. Never get tired of me, boo. I love you guys, man. It's I'll just let it run until the phone dies. The phone dies, you'll know what happened, man. So Friday, Mercy Pigs, done by the kids, with the kids, for the kids. So that'll work out. They choose Mercy House as a. I love you too, Will. You're a good guy, man. I miss seeing Will. I don't get to see Will very often, man. Texas boy. I shouldn't be looking at a laser and breathing these fumes right now too. So I'm dying in front of you. Friday, if you go to get a pig, just please, you got to be able to pay right away. So if you're in on it and on it, do it right away, because I want the kids to print your mailing label. I want them to pack the boxes. I want them to do kind of the whole thing. So yeah, just be ready for that. So anyways, July, save your pennies. Pretty new to the group. Right on, Royce. Read the pin post. Check out the website. Get a little history. There's a lot of material coming, Royce. Summer's going to hurt your pocketbook, man, so save up for it. Right on, man. See you, Chris Baker. Thank you. Kenny Pine. Don't let Mason slip you a Coors Light. Lawrence, Mason tries to slip me a Coors Light again. It's done. What side on Friday? On the Mika on the Facebook page. So I'll be in Santa Ana with a bunch of kids. That's what I'm doing the little thank you pigs for right now. These ones are for the kid helpers that'll be there kind of doing it. So yeah, man, it'll be on the Facebook page. Probably about, like, I'll probably get the first one done. I'm probably gonna meet with those kids starting about 10:30. So probably about 10:40. I'll probably somewhere in there 10:30 to 11. I'll put it up and pay it right away. It'll be 10. Yeah, Mason New Course Sunday, right? So we'll get you guys hooked up, man. Truly appreciate the support. The kids chose Mercy House, which does emergency shelter for like battered women and crazy families and stuff. So yeah, Chad Hill in the morning, baby. But I'm on the left coast. You'll be okay, dude. Go to bed or get a beer. That's soon. I'm almost done. So, and I got to go in and write sub plans for my sub on Friday. So, yeah, buddy. All right, Chris Baker. Dinner time there in Florida. You'll be all right. What time is it? Yeah. All right. So, anyways, so I appreciate it. If you got any questions, ask them quick, because the phone's going to die here probably in another minute or two. Right to obey and a right to kill. All right. Hey, here we go. Bravo. Okay, I'm out. Mike, 110 on Friday, about 11 in the morning. The laser engraver will not do leather. Pimentel, you're alive. It's my old neighbor, Johnny. Wave, John. There he is. So he had, how are your eyes? Bueno? Has to be in, senor. All right, I'm going to go check on my neighbor. He had his eyes lasered today, so we're going to check on him. Are you going to do piggies for veterans on Memorial Day? That's a good idea, Lester. We'll get there. Be well, my friends.